Buenas noches a todos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos al canal YouTube Sports Máximo. Soy José María y estamos aquí con la Xbox Series X para jugar a Star Trek Resurgence, que hoy lo completamos esta noche. O sea, yo no voy a ir a la cama a dormir hasta que se complete. Me da igual la hora que sea, pero hoy se completa este juego. ¿Vale? Vamos allá. Hola Sergi, buenas.
You saved as many Illydian lives as you could. And more importantly, you looked after your crew. That's what counts.
¿Verdad que esta chica no es humana? Eso que tiene aquí en la frente, eso debe ser, es una alienígena, ¿no?
I just wish I could have saved them all.
We all do. But you did the best you could. So, no point.
Hola, Wesker.
Unfortunately, the Admiral...
¿Qué tal este juego? Está muy guapo. Dentro, su género, muy guapo. Esta noche lo completamos ya, ¿eh?
We suffered our own losses as well.
How are we getting our away team back?
Ambassador Spock and the rest of the senior staff are waiting for us in the briefing room to discuss just that. I wanted a chance for you and I to speak first, given the circumstances.
Es Sergi Wesker. Esta chica, ¿verdad que no es humana? Porque tiene una cosa así en la frente. Debe ser una alienígena, ¿no? Él sí. Él es humano. Pero ella no, ¿no? ¿Ah, que no? Ha comido el rabo de una serpiente.
I can't afford another mission gone wrong, and I'm really counting on your support.
Sí, es una aventura gráfica narrativa.
I have every confidence we can wrap this up before it gets any worse than it already is.
I'll follow your lead. We can keep this under wraps for now.
Always nice to know you have my back. One of the primary reasons I brought you on board. I made the right decision.
You should know you can always count on me, no matter what.
I appreciate that.
We're ready in the briefing room, Captain.
On our way. Is there any update on our efforts to trace the Zeldy's warp signature?
Unfortunately, no. Somehow they were able to mask the signature and block our
Ya sé que te gusta Wesker.
trajectory.
Lo sé, lo sé.
I'm also concerned about what went with them. A Taconian energy source.
Sidron referred
Está muy bien este
to
juego
tabula.
porque está continuamente interactuando, ¿sabes? Siempre está haciendo cositas. No es de aquellos que es pelijuegos que te estás ahí mirando, a ver qué dices. No, no. Con menos te lo esperas, tienes que hacer algo.
We have
Está
to
muy
find
bien.
that ship.
It could be anywhere by now.
Literally anywhere.
We should alert all stations to keep an eye out for that particular ship.
You're saying we should warn the entire galaxy?
I'm saying we do the math. Calculate their maximum speed against a given time interval. That gives us an expanding radius of where they might be at different periods of time. We alert the stations at each radius at regular intervals. It's casting a wide net, but it's at least worth a shot.
A sound approach.
The Takan also compromised our systems when Petty Officer Maris stole data from our computer core.
We're assessing what was lost as we speak. It's just too soon to say exactly what they had access to.
Starfleet needs to know about this.
We're not contacting Starfleet until we fully understand the situation. There are too many unknowns.
They stole our data. That's reason enough to warn Starfleet.
But the captain does have a point. It might be better to wait until we know more.
I would have to agree with the captain. There's no point causing undue panic based purely on speculation.
We need to know more before we go off half-cocked sounding the alarm. I want to speak with the Hotari and get to the bottom of this before we get Starfleet involved.
I expect we'll meet resistance. The Hotari think we violated our neutrality by entering their minds. Assuming the negotiations are off, we no longer have an official role here.
We still have a responsibility to the Hotari and the Elydians.
The Takan are a threat to both their civilizations.
No. They're a threat to us all. The device Commander Rydek found in the Taconian vault is an advanced delivery mechanism for a complex biogenetic transformation.
Ah, Wesker, escúchame. He cambiado ¿sabes el programa OBS? Le he puesto bitrate 30.000. Lo tenían 9.000, lo he puesto 30.000. Y ningún problema con 30.000. Y me han dicho que se ve mejor ahora.
It's a hostile takeover on a cellular level, bringing individual Takan back to life, one by one.
Is there some way it could be reversed?
That's exactly what I've been trying to find out. So far, it appears the answer is no. Once the Taconian takes control, the displacement of the host is irreversible. The bioforming appears to
Me puse una fibra óptica de 1000 megas. Tenía de 300 megas y la cambié de compañía y he puesto 1000 megas.
The computer had no information about it.
She also shot the hell out of my ship as she escaped and nearly killed a few of our crew. So we know this about those scions. They're dangerous.
The Takan have crossed a line. That much is certain. However, meeting with the Hotari could offer insight into their true intentions, under the pretense of an apology for betraying their trust
No lo meto 2K, no.
and
1080p.
trespassing on their territory.
Given the options, this might be our best chance to find out more about what they have planned.
I couldn't agree more.
With the Cartabula gun, I can confirm we have regained warp capability and the use of our transporters.
Excellent. Commander Ermot, see if we can arrange a meeting on Hotari as soon as possible. As Ambassador Spock suggested, under the pretense of an apology.
Aye, Captain.
Nice work, everyone.
You're long overdue for a Diridium infusion.
It looks like I am.
Aside from almost running out of Diridium, you're in good health.
Nice to get some positive news for a change.
You I don't worry about. The Captain, however,
Go on.
you see it, don't you? He's desperate. Withholding intel from Starfleet just to save his reputation. That's not normal behavior for a captain. And you encouraged him.
Se ve mejor este que Final Fantasy XVI.
Disappointing when you showed you were willing to defy the captain by reversing whole
Sergi?
gravity back at Starbase. You've spent enough time with him now, seen enough of how he runs this ship. If there's something wrong, as the ship's doctor, I need to know. Don't sugarcoat it. You know I wouldn't.
I think he's our captain, and I think this conversation is dangerously close to mutiny.
The one who needs to decide how much danger we're in is you. I won't push it further.
Jara.
Monitor your Diridium levels. I'll be right back.
How's your wound?
Like it was never there. I feel lucky you were there with me. Without you, I'd be, well... Thank you for saving my life. Even with the wonders of your technology, it wouldn't have mattered if you'd left me for dead.
I should be thanking you. You took that disruptor shot for me. Without you, I might be the one in sickbay, or worse.
Well, I couldn't just let you die. Not after all you did to help.
I won't forget it.
Yo he visto algunas películas.
Those minds,
A mí la que me gustó más de Star Trek fue una que
who they've become,
viajaron a través del tiempo, llegaron al planeta Tierra.
they're willing to go to.
No sé cómo se llama esa película.
They did to that
Me
Lydian.
encantó.
It's hard
Y de
to
las
say.
nuevas, pues no me gusta ninguna. Me gustaban más los actores que hacían antes.
So much was a lie. The horror of that underneath our feet the entire time.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I needed your help, but I didn't intend to show you something so disturbing.
Well, I can't unsee it. But we Hotari don't cower from an unpleasant truth.
Commander Rydick, you're needed on the bridge at once.
¿Sabes qué me pasó ayer?
The Hotari have
¿Me
agreed.
escuchas, Wesker? ¿Me escuchas? Uy, me pica el pie. Me pica el pie izquierdo. No sé por qué. Igual la calor. Pero siempre me pica el pie izquierdo. Y no tengo nada. Me fui al médico, me fui a enseñar el pie y me dijo que estaba bien. Pero me pica el pie. Tengo que quitarme el calcetín que me pica el pie. No tengo ni una pupita ni nada. Igual es la calor, ¿sabes? Depende del tejido. Porque esto no me pasaba antes. ¿Me escuchas, pues? ¿Qué estás por aquí? Y te voy a decir lo que me pasó yo. Y tú, a ver qué opinas.
Based on how this is reinforced, probably contains dilithium. Stray phaser blast could cause a piezoelectric rupture and blow up.
Sí, debe ser la calor.
Better be careful.
Se me pasa cuando me quito el calcetín.
Come on, Carter.
Cuando me quito el calcetín, se me pasa. Pero eso nunca me ha pasado hasta ahora.
Looks airtight and climate controlled. Must be where they put the precious cargo. Huh. Lydian consoles still have mechanical keyboards as a backup.
José Mendoza, buenas.
For how uptight the Lydians are, their cargo bay is kind of a mess. Power cells. The Lydians must supplement main system power with these. No time to look over here. I better follow Major Arminta. Good thing this was here. Made it a lot easier to transport across the ship. If we took another second, Miranda might have... Up there? All right. Etzelar, let's do this.
The internal sensors.
The what?
When they scan the ship for life signs, they'll know right where we are.
There must be devices...
No, hay alguna nueva, de esta Trek.
Right
Hay
there.
una nueva.
And there. There's several of them around the room.
Got it. We'll disable them.
How? They're too high to reach, even for me.
Not too high for our phasers.
Low power, Nelly. Let's not set off any fire alarms.
I got the ones over here.
¿Qué tal este juego? Está bueno. Dentro de su género está muy bien.
Got one. Another down.
Hurry, Carter!
I am. Only one left.
Here it comes.
Más calor mañana.
It worked.
They won't be able to detect us.
That buys us some time.
Now that the Zeldi has its power again, I might be able to access some of the ship's systems from here. I'll take care not to give away our position.
The Takan might not even know we're still on board this ship. Miranda only saw us transport away. She probably thinks we're back on the Resolute.
Miranda.
Don't give up on her yet, Carter. For all we know, she was trapped, watching it happen. Fighting it the whole time.
It never hurts to hold on to hope. Especially when it's someone you care about.
And I know it looks bad, but we're gonna get her back. I won't let her go. I know it seems like we could never trust her again. But maybe there's a way to turn her back and Miranda could help us stop the Takan. Here, on the ship. Just because the Trill joining is permanent doesn't mean the Takan bioforming has to be.
I've heard enough of your prattling on about your friend. You have to think like a soldier. She's our enemy now. She'll be dealt with like the rest of the Takan.
My friend Miranda is not responsible for what she's doing. The Takan have taken control of her mind. We certainly can't kill her for it.
Speak for yourself. If anyone threatens the Empire, they are the enemy. It's just one life, and it's already been lost.
You don't get to talk about Miranda.
You don't get to ignore the truth.
There is no such thing as just one life. And she is not lost. This isn't calculus. You can't just break it down by the numbers.
Perhaps that's why my Admiral and everyone else in the final transport was lost. A problem with your calculus. Our losses are mounting. Yours are just beginning.
We're stuck on this ship, same as you.
I'm blocked out of helm control. Propulsion? And they're closing down systems faster than I can check them. They're always changing these interfaces. I can hardly keep up.
Let us help.
Fine. They're using a senior officer's access code to lock down our systems from the bridge. The Takan must have turned someone in command.
Here's something. I can see the course they have plotted in.
Buenas noches, Juan Soto.
The Lydian fleet has explored a lot of systems, but it's all in the opposite direction of where we're going. The Zeldi, that's where we are.
That's not exactly news.
Long way from Hotari space.
I hope the Resolute is all right back there.
We're headed to the edge of the galaxy.
Nothing but uninhabited systems along the way. And if we keep going, we'll leave charted space. A lot sooner than I like to think about, too.
That can't happen. We need to take control and turn this ship around. Get back to the front lines of the battle for Elydia.
We are on the front lines. They're going to do this all over the Quadrant. The whole Federation is at risk.
That is a possibility, but it's already a reality for my people.
I'm sure it's pretty damn real for the people who are trapped in their own bodies controlled by the Takan. You can't just turn your back on them.
I'll take this ship without you if I have to. And I'll bring it back to Elydia, or I'll destroy it. I won't let it stay in the hands of the enemy.
Think strategically. We stand a better chance by working together. You're right to be angry. But it doesn't do any good to turn it on us.
Fair enough.
The most important thing is that we get control of this ship, so that we don't end up so far away that the Resolute can't ever catch up to us.
And if we control the Zeldi, that also means they can't use that Cartabula thing.
I'm not sure we can do much more from here.
What's this? It's a data stream.
It looks to be a two-way communication.
Let me see if I could Put it through a demultiplexing processor.
Can you get that clearer?
I'm trying. Okay. That should do it.
Hello. Can you read me?
Itasca.
Se nota que no hay mucho sueño, dice. Este tipo de juegos me da sueño, Me da sueño. Si hay muchos charrateos, me da sueño.
And ruptured power conduits on the other side are discharging at high voltage. Major, we've seen Sidron and the other Hatari. And if we can get free, I think we'll be able to overpower them and take back the ship.
Itasca, are you still there? Itasca, are you still there?
You shouldn't trust anyone else you meet. The Hatari have been transforming people on this ship. We've seen it happen.
Bioforming.
It's only a matter of time before any remaining crew are turned against us. You have to come and help us.
I gotta ask, are you sure that's really your comrade?
It's Itasca. You're going to have to trust me. I know Lieutenant Itasca well. That's her. Clear and not under duress beyond our current circumstances. I'm sure of it.
Trust goes both ways. We trust you. You trust us.
I'll go with that. Until you give me reason not to.
Back at you, Stretch.
We'll make it to you undetected, and we'll free you from the ATP.
We'll be ready and waiting, sir.
I may not know the computers very well, but I know every inch of this ship. I can get us there, safely, through the back routes.
Ah, estás aquí, Wesker.
You may approach.
Your Majesty,
Ayer
an
me
apology
escribió
is in order.
una chica
Spare us your apologies, your
a mi móvil.
excuses, your pathetic
Oye, soy
explanations.
tal, Alei, no sé
You
qué.
said you were here under
Eres,
pretense of
¿cómo estás? No sé qué, me puso
Yet
un nombre,
you
¿no?
trespassed into our minds.
Digo, perdona, le contesté, que no soy
I
tal,
should have
está
known you couldn't
equivocado.
be trusted
Ah,
with
sí,
the
verdad,
sight of
perdona, me he
Lydians.
equivocado.
Your
Acaba un ratito.
intentions have been clear from the start.
We knew you were hiding something.
Hagamos un ratito, me contesta ella y dice, oye,
I hope you were satisfied with what you found.
¿de dónde eres? Digo, Tarragona. Y dice, yo de
Your
Barcelona.
actions
Y digo,
nearly caused a war.
pues muy bien, bueno, que no te quiero molestar, que yo tengo faena. Y dice, ¿y cómo te llamas? Digo,
Fortunately, we were
José
able to
María.
resolve this ourselves despite your
Dice, pues yo me llamo tal,
interference.
soy de Singapur,
The Lydians have agreed
pero
the mines will
vivo ahora
remain
mismo en Barcelona. Digo, vale, pues bien.
We now
Digo,
recognize
dice,
the
te voy
Hatari
a
as the
enviar
sole authority in this
un
region.
teléfono mío,
Your presence
otro
here is
distinto,
no longer
que
necessary.
allí podremos hablar y vernos
So you can
tranquilamente.
consider the matter resolved.
Why would you do that? You've given up everything and gained nothing.
We have
Y
peace.
que le agregara
Fairness was never
a
part
su
of the
móvil,
bargain.
a mi agenda, ¿no?
I thank you for
Que no lo he
coming,
hecho, ni
but
le he
the sooner
contestado
the
ni nada.
Federation leaves.
Qué raro, ¿no?
The hell we
Es
will.
muy raro todo esto, ¿no?
What about my crew trapped aboard that ship? Or what you did to my security team? The data you stole?
¿No es raro todo esto? ¿Lo que me ha pasado? No sé si os ha pasado alguna vez.
I want to make one thing clear. No one is to leave Hotari space without Federation approval. No one.
You think you have that power, when in fact you have none. You came here under the presumption you would be the ultimate authority. that you would show up and render judgment in this petty dispute over precious resources between lesser people. But instead, your arrogance and self-interest was your undoing, blinding you to the real power at work here. Something far beyond your feeble imagination.
We came at your request to help solve the problem, not create.
You came because I wanted to see the mighty Federation for myself, the greatest power in the galaxy. Needless to say, I was disappointed.
They never wanted our help. They were setting us up from the start. Commander Rydak saw what you
A ver, la foto de la chica, y no creo que sea alguien del canal porque ella está dispuesta a tener una conferencia conmigo y ella, o sea, que es real. Es una chica que sin apuro. He visto la foto, pero más ella podía, dice que querría vernos por la cámara del móvil.
An empire that encompassed what is now considered Federation territory.
Pero vamos, una cosa muy rara. Yo le sigo el rollo y digo, mira, suscríbete al canal, que soy youtuber. No, y creo que no me ha hecho ni caso. Hombre, yo creo que la chica es Ana Castellano. Que no es Ana, que no es Ana, te lo digo yo que no es Ana.
That may play well with your bioformed friends. But your empty threats don't scare us.
Just a friendly word of caution. You'll know when I'm threatening you. You might be surprised how many want to be part
Ya, pero si tengo una charla, conferencia, allí sí que veré si es verdad la chica, ¿no?
Until we've reclaimed what is rightfully ours. Imagine what a queen, a starship captain, or even a Federation ambassador could accomplish if their power was wielded by a truly superior
yo no la he contestado, ni
face of such impossible odds against an adversary so clearly more advanced in every way. The only logical choice is to submit.
Never.
Hostia, leyendo el PC, lo que estoy poniendo no me da cuenta del juego. Algo ha pasado, no sé qué ha pasado. ¿Qué ha pasado?
Seize them.
Get us out of here, now!
Rydak to Resolute. Beam us out.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the city.
Yo no paso.
That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated. I can assure you of that.
I'm sure you've given yourselves plenty of medals.
We're up against the Takan now. This is different than anything you faced before.
Not when you're used to putting down an overmatched Hotari rebellion.
You wouldn't think it was so easy if you'd been there. Enemies change, but the fundamentals of war do not. Now, Lieutenant Itasca, she fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close.
Bueno, esto le pasó a un amigo mío que lo conté.
To me.
No sé, yo te lo conté a ti también, ¿no? Se iba a casar con una chica y por casualidad de la vida, en su casa, encontró en un cajón un DNI.
We saved your life. What does that make us?
Y resulta que era un chico. Su novia era un chico. Lo que pasa es que se operó
we'll be able to retake the bridge.
De arriba abajo,
Then,
Se puso
our
coño,
fleets
se puso
will catch up
estetas.
to us.
Y se operó para que no tener barba, ¿no? El tratamiento que hay. Y se iba a casar. Y resulta que llevaba ya casi 2 años follando con ella, pensando que era una tía. Y era un tío. Cogió una depresión de caballo. Creo que eso yo lo conté hace tiempo, ¿no? No, y le engañó. Y claro, yo la he visto y es muy guapa. Pero era un tío. Se cambió el nombre y todo. Se llamaba...
There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls.
Hostia, no me acuerdo
Signs
cómo
of a grenade detonation.
I can see why they're trapped in there. But that's gonna be just as hard
no me
for us
acuerdo
to
cómo se llama.
cross.
Era un nombre de un tío, pero no me acuerdo cómo se llama. Y luego se cambió el nombre y puso una chica.
The currents in those lines would be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
No me acuerdo.
Each
No me
circuit
acuerdo,
has
no
a
me acuerdo.
control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
I can track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
No me acuerdo. Estoy
We'll
pensando...
get the door open here.
Y rompió con ella. No se casó.
It's heavy.
Mira que la quería un montón. Ahí. Claro, tuvo sexo con su novia casi 2 años. Pero él pensaba que era una mujer y era un hombre. Oye, güey, es que... ¿Me puedes decir? Hay un juego que estoy interesado. Llevo días dándole vueltas, ¿vale? Te voy a decir el nombre del juego. A ver qué opinas. Bueno, es igual. Espérate, que lo tengo por aquí apuntado. Un momento, no lo tengo. Eso, mira. Salimos de aquí un momento. Mira, este juego... Dime tú si merece la pena comprar este juego o no. Bar Mongrel. Es un sistema tipo comandos, ¿sabes? En tiempo real, combate, ambientado en la Segunda Guerra Mundial. No sé, este juego cuando salió al mercado, yo creo que me he puesto a investigar, hace ya más de un año, salió con muchos problemas de bugs. Y tú podías guardar, tiene el sistema guardado automático y manual. Cuando tú querías guardar manual antes de entrar en combate, como el automático iba continuamente y, por ejemplo, y no podía guardar manual. Y era una puta porque si morías tenías que empezar de muy atrás. Pero me han dicho que se arregla con parches y el juego ya va muy bien. Por eso recibió una baja nota, porque por los bugs. Pero los bugs ya dicen que lo han quitado. No sé si es verdad o no. Y a mí me mola este tipo de juegos, ¿sabes? Mira, mira.
Manfred Raufer, I'm delighted we can talk again. So, how do you recall your war?
My war. Things we saw. Things we did. I'm sure I'll never have a worse nightmare in my life.
No sé qué opinas. No sé. Llevo días dándole vueltas. En consola salió el día 25 de abril, pero el juego en PC salió un año atrás. No sé qué opináis. No sé qué hacer. No me corre prisa porque tengo un montón de juegos que tengo que terminar, pero que le estoy llevándole un seguimiento. No lo sé. Es que tiene muy malo el disparo. El apuntado es malísimo estos juegos, señores. El apuntado, ¡buah! No es un juego pensado para disparar.
Federation, you made it.
Barely. There's a lot of collateral damage out here.
They backed us into a corner.
We did that to drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy. They're here. Get down.
I think they've given up on capture.
Esta tarde he estado jugando con Star Wars. 1 hora y media. Me encanta ese juego. Ahora me encanta.
Go, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
Fall back! Hold it back! We can't let him reach the stairs!
Ah.
Fall back! Hold it back! We can't let him reach the stairs!
Joder, me ha dado otra vez, tío. Qué mierda, tío. Pero cómo me ha dado. Es muy difícil apuntado, sí, claro. Porque este juego no está pensado para apuntar. O sea, no, es un juego interactivo. Los juegos interactivos todos son complicados de apuntar. Y entra el factor suerte. Mierda, tío. No me van a dar. Es la parte difícil, pero que para apuntar es difícil. Además es que el juego va a 30 FPS, no va a 60, Que yo sepa, no. Que yo sepa, me da.
Fall back!
No, el juego está bien. Pasa que hay momentos que tiene un pico de dificultad alto porque te cuesta apuntar. Te cuesta apuntar, es que está el problema. Su puta madre. Me va a costar, avanzar esto. Me va a costar, tío. Ah, otra vez, siempre el mismo, tío. Siempre el mismo me mata, tío. El mismo gilipollas, tío. Es que el mismo gilipollas. Me quiero relajarme, señores. Creo que es manual, el apuntar, sí, manual. El manual, pero te cuesta mucho apuntar, tío. Muchísimo. Esto no es un Call of Duty,
Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Ah, uno más y está muerto. No puedo, tío, no puedo. No puedo con él, tío. Sí, son 30 FPS. No he aumentado. Pero se ve muy bien, Wesker el juego. Lo subí unos días con el último parche. Se ve muy bien. Lo que pasa es que lo he dejado un poco aparcado porque tengo otro juego que quiero completar. Pero es muy guapo, muy guapo.
Hold it back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
¡Cago en la puta! Siempre me matan allí, tío. Siempre me matan. El que sube por las escaleras siempre me mata, tío. No lo entiendo, tío. No lo entiendo.
Fall back.
No, se ve bien. Los gráficos también. Los gráficos también. Es que el apuntado es la puta mierda, tío. Me cuesta mucho apuntar. No, me van a matar otra vez, me van a matar. Solo me queda un toque más y muero. Son tres toques que te pueden dar. No, voy a morir. Tío, pero es que le estaba disparando, tío. Y no podía, es que me siento inútil, tío. No puedo apuntar.
Fall back.
Quiero apuntar y no puedo, tío. Es muy tosco el apuntado, tío. Es muy tosco. Muy asqueroso, tío. Muy asqueroso. Ahora me van a darme, solamente un toque más y está. Es muy difícil apuntar, muy difícil. Venga, tío. Vale. Es muy difícil, tío, muy difícil. Me va a costar horrores. Porque a veces le doy la orden de apuntar y no apunta. No es que no apunta. Es una mierda, tío. Esta parte es una mierda. Tengo que darle 2 veces el apuntado porque no sé por qué no se levanta. No se levanta, tío. Tarda un huevo, tío. Mira, ahora le estoy dando, ¿ves? Le estoy dando y no sale. Ahora. Es horrible, tío, horrible. A lo mejor porque estamos en la parte final, ¿eh? Venga, levántate, tío. Es que, tío... Mira, si yo me equivoco... Pues mira, bueno... Da rabia, pero cuando te equivocas... Cuando el apuntado no va bien... Te sientes... Vamos, ¿cómo explicarlo yo? Un cabreo, porque dicen, ¿qué puedo hacer? Porque el tema está que no sepa apuntar, es que no puedo, tío. No puedo. ¡Levántate, levántate! ¡Levántate, tío! ¡Levántate! ¡Ay! ¡Que te levantes, tío! No, es que no sé por qué, no, le da la orden de apuntar y no lo hace, tío. No lo hace, es que no lo hace. Me cago en su puta madre. ¿Esto es un fallo, tío? ¿Qué es un bug? Es que esto no lo entiendo, tío. Es que no lo entiendo. Está mal hecho, está mal hecho. Está mal implementado. Muy bien, Sergio, lo has dicho muy bien. Porque, fíjate, le daba el stick izquierdo para apuntar y no apuntaba, tío. Se quedaba allí agachado. Le he tenido que dar 2 o 3 veces para que se levantara a apuntar. Y esto no es así, tío. No, pero es que cabrea, tío. Tarda un huevo de levantarse. Yo digo, a ver, levántate. Levántate, tío. Cabrón. No. No puedo, tío, no puedo. No puedo pasar esta parte, no sé por qué. Bueno, sí lo sé porque no va bien. Pero es muy jodida, tío.
Fall back. Hold him back! We can't let him reach the stairs!
Si a lo mejor la apunto en la esquina y no me agacho, a lo mejor tengo posibilidad, me parece. No lo sé. Voy a probar, otra técnica. O sea, sin agacharme. Levántate. Oh, tío. Ay, no puedo, tío. Ay, qué miedo, tío.
Fall back!
No tiene. No tiene.
Hold him back! We can't let him reach the stairs!
Jamás he llegado a ver un apuntado tan mierda como este, tío. Jamás. Jamás he visto un apuntado tan asqueroso, jamás en mi vida. Jamás, mira que probó juego. La puta pica papa, tío. No puedo, tío, no puedo. Máxima es lento. Tú tarda un segundo cada vez que disparas. No puedo, tío, no puedo. No. Lo mando a tomar por culo el juego, Lo digo en serio. Lo mando a tomar por culo. A mí un juego o está bien hecho. Ya no, un punto que digo, hostia. Estoy sufriendo, tío. Ándate. ¡Levántate, tío! ¡Levántate! No, ese sí que está bien hecho, Sergi. Ese yo te digo que sí, que lo probé. Ese sí que está bien hecho, pero no se puede comparar. Ese está muy bien hecho, eso sí. Pero este es la mayor mierda que te puedo imaginar en apuntado. El apuntado y el disparo, porque no hace tú le das, apriete muchas veces el gatillo. Dispara 1 por segundo. Un láser por segundo. Es muy difícil. Es muy difícil.
Hold him back! We can't let him reach the stairs!
¡Levántate, tío! ¡Me cago en la puta! ¡Me cago en su puta madre! Me van a matar otra vez. Me van a matar. Pero si es que... Si no me levanto, se acercan.
Come on, hurry.
Ahora sí.
No! You can't just run in there.
Must live to fight.
Lo hemos superado. Porque yo te digo una cosa, 2 veces más y lo dejo. A tomar por culo. Que queda apuntado más malo tiene, tío. Si un día lo compráis y lo probáis, ya os acordaréis de mí. El apuntado es malísimo.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, it would have been all of us.
Claro, pero si me
I'll have
mantengo
to live with that.
agachado, me suben por la escalera y me disparan.
It's not the Illyrian way to leave one of our own behind. It's a sin to do so.
We're not gonna die. Not if I have anything to say about it.
It's more important that we win. When we were in there, trapped, we agreed that we had to live to fight. Hadri agreed. We said, if one of us was taken, the others wouldn't stop. We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies. And steal their minds.
The Takan knows everything the host knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to the bridge.
Tylus, you should be in sickbay.
I'll finish this.
Sí, pero debes ser rápido y tenías que
Couldn't
matar
just
a
lie
los
there
enemigos.
knowing the entire fate
Una
of
señal
Otari
encima de la
hangs in the
cabeza.
balance.
Pero bueno,
How did it go?
no sé. Ya digo, la punta es muy difícil.
You look exhausted.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rough.
Oh no. That's what I was afraid of. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illyrians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
There is a deal. The Illyrians did agree to peace, and the Hotari have retained control of the mines.
That's incredible. I never thought it was possible. How did that happen? It all looked so bleak. I thought the Elydians would never agree.
My sense is the Elydians wanted to avoid all-out war.
Good for them. They deserve more credit than I thought. And the Queen? How was she? She must be thrilled there was a deal. War was always her greatest fear.
I think so. She seemed fine. But, of course, you know her far better than I do.
Of course.
Sí, de alguna manera está superado.
Yellow alert.
Commander
Espero que no
Ryder,
tenga más apuntado
we
esto.
need you on the bridge immediately. We've got an Elydian ship, the Veskar, rapidly bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Veskar? Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us. Commander?
Should we put our shields up? Just as a precautionary measure.
I'd like to avoid escalating this any more than we have to. Whatever the hell this is.
400 kilometers in closing.
Shields up. Ready phasers.
Shields up. Phasers ready. Incoming.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Ryder, modulate the shield frequencies. See if we can get us any cover.
Commander,
I've got this. Just keep firing.
Shields still have no effect.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll try another. There!
We've got incoming! How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What?
Captain!
He's out cold.
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
On screen.
Commander Ryder, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope. At least, not yet.
You're dealing with me. Is that a problem?
One inferior life form is as good as another. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment. But I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands, and I'm not in a forgiving mood.
As you said, we find ourselves completely at your mercy. Not just myself, but the entire crew of this ship.
I will take that into consideration. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. I don't think you'll find my threats so empty now.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
Tell your Federation the Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
We appreciate your mercy.
And you rely on it.
I've lost their signal.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still,
y a veces le daba
tracking Galvin's warp
stick
signature.
izquierdo
All but disappeared.
para que se levantara a punta y no funcionaba. Tenía que darle
That
doble.
son of a bitch is the best shot we got.
Commander Rydick, you had the con after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment, given our current situation and the losses we have suffered?
I'd rather not fight this alone. We need to call for reinforcements.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization from the Federation Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Angoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable and should alleviate your concerns.
Delphi Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk. A waste of time. Time we can't afford to lose.
According to Commander Riker's records of meeting Portal 6-3, he was willing to listen to reason. We may be able to convince him that Galvin is wrong.
Or he'll just be happy to learn his civilization is making a comeback. In which case, we only compound the problem.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydick. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information on the nature of the Cartabula. We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck finding Portal 6-3. The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship. So we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for... Take cover!
Now we're through. We need that door sealed.
Habéis dejado el mando.
Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local systems. We'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal.
No más apuntado, por favor, no más apuntado. No quiero más apuntado.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling.
He'll never see it coming.
Itaska, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Reversing gravity polarity. Now!
Amazing.
Close in!
How do we get them down? What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot them?
I haven't decided yet.
It's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
These prisoners can be useful to us. But if you kill them, we'll never know.
I can live with that.
Well, I can't.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place. Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. What are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Huh.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure. Crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their
Ahora vengo, señores.
tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
quiero una galleta. Las galletas no engordan. Bueno, todo engorda, pero prefiero no llevar. No es lo mismo que comer galletas que comer patatas fritas. Eso sí que engorda.
I thought you had the access codes needed to take control back.
I should, but I can't actually get to the surface, so I can't enter them here. Maybe there's somewhere else I can try.
Interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble. Any trouble?
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
Everything under control?
Yes. These Takan haven't made a move. Yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
This console looks unaffected. Engine's a red line, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Takan have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
That's just two sides of the same coin.
It's what?
Either way, we both want to stop the Zeldi.
Ah, yes. And we will find a way to do it.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power. That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you. I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be bio-coded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Ah!
Let's talk.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
At the risk of stating the obvious, wouldn't changing the algorithms solve the problem?
Yeah, I wish it was that simple. Unfortunately, it's an encrypted code that would take weeks to change, if not longer.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through. Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have?
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Resurgence 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some
Hola,
good advice
Agustín.
that day about a very difficult job.
¿Cuánto dura este juego más o menos?
Well, I'm not one to turn down some
8,
words of
9,
wisdom.
10 horas.
Now, let
Máximo
me
10,
ask, as
entre
first
8 y 10
officer
horas.
on a starship, where does your responsibility lie? First
Yo creo
and
que nos
foremost,
queda
to the captain,
un par de horas como
the
mucho.
crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
My job is to support the captain, carry out his orders, and ensure his safety. Even if I disagree with him.
I like that. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive. Or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he will go against his own people?
He was proud of his empire. He called us barbarians. Maybe you can find a way to make him see these people claiming to be Takan aren't real Takan. They're corrupting his legacy.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the board.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
There are some things you can't be prepared for. And if there are no specific tactical solutions, we'll just have to take our chances. After all, risk is our business.
We try to mitigate that risk as best we can. But the Starfleet we know today is built on that attitude.
Well said.
There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi-Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Machiavelli?
Your advice is well taken, Captain Riker. No matter what he throws at us, we'll stand up to this Takan Guardian.
I'm sure you will. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious. Which is why I'm asking.
There was a lot of data stolen. A lot to sift through.
Yes, we're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
I'd raise that alarm pretty loudly if I were you. There's a lot riding on this. And if it comes to it, the Titan and I will be ready to personally lend a hand in this fight.
Let's hope it doesn't get that far.
Riker out.
Thank you for not getting too specific with Riker about the data breach. Better we handle this ourselves, without all of Starfleet hearing about it.
What I don't understand is why you'd keep it from him. If you're going to tell Ambassador Spock, what's the difference?
This information will send a shockwave through the entire fleet. I'm sure Spock will agree. It should be compartmentalized on a strictly need-to-know basis. I have more research to do. So do you. I'm sure the ship's computer has Sun Tzu in its library. Dismissed.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy. So be ready for anything.
Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today.
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
I already died once. All of us who swore ourselves to the cause did. My name is Zon Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makta. Each of us took a leap of faith to cross the bridge of time and be reborn here.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. When the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion?
Only then will you understand the might of the Takan Empire. Reborn in this time.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
It's coming alive.
He can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Not if they're just going to start it again.
So you believe him?
I'm not
Voy a
sure.
buscar agua fresquita.
Why would you tell us all
Caray.
this?
I tell you, because I value my own life. When my fellow Scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle will ensue. You've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We heard him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
I'm not gonna torture them. Not like this. There's gotta be something we can work with here. Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined. Going this fast, it would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. That could rupture the hull, end up damaging the Cartabula in the process.
That risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
However they've supercharged the Zeldi, it still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Takan have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it. I think I can get us there. But once we're in, do you really think you can cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask. But I'm coming around to it.
I got this. I'm an engineer. This is my territory.
Then we'll follow your lead.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all. I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I had almost hoped you'd made it off. And Lily's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together.
Sounds like you miss me.
Miranda might have. She was so hopeful about you. But that's not why I called. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Takan Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery.
You don't know what you're doing. Miranda, we can help you, but you have to fight.
Miranda is a part of us now. She's accepted that.
You're lying.
I have no reason to lie. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
What's this plan you have? Is it the one where you steal our bodies and erase our minds?
That's a simplistic view of it. Your memories would live on within us. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Our comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation. And now we have loose ends.
You two forget you're on the same side? Come on! Now let's move it.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those Duridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Follow me. Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
A ver, ¿cómo se sabe lo? A ver.
Tetrametric pulses.
¿Cuánto nos quedaría?
Same energy as the other Takan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
Whoa!
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature. It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Duval to Resolute. Beam Crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before. Tetrametric. Good sign.
Commander!
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us.
A ver, ¿cómo se sabe cuántos capítulos nos quedan?
I wonder if this place was always so lifeless.
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Takan Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Joder, tío. Oh.
Good.
Joder. Mira cómo salto. No, aquí no puedo pasar. No, por aquí no. Bueno, señores. Joder. Pues no sé a dónde tengo que avanzar. Yo no sé dónde buscar, ¿eh? Me cago en la puta. Otra de aquí. Hostia, macho, pero es que no sé por dónde seguir. A ver, capítulos. No. A ver, quiero saber cuántas horas nos quedan. Joder, tío. Ponte encima del juego. Dale a la tarjeta del juego. Ponte encima del juego. Dale a la tarjeta del juego. ¿Qué tarjeta? Ah, te refieres para ver los logros. Joder, macho. Yo también estoy como una cabra. Dale. Vale, te entiendo. No. No, así no es. Aquí. Vale, acto 3. Hay 3 actos. Estamos en el acto... acto 3. ¿Qué acto tenemos nosotros? Llevo 6 horas. Nos quedan 2 horas. Yo lo aguanto, 2 o 3 horas más. Ya lo terminaremos mañana. Ya terminamos mañana. No aguanto. No aguanto, no sé si el calor o lo que sea, me estoy cansado. 6 horas llevamos. Y... Yo 28%. Este juego dura 8 o 9 horas. Nos quedan 2 o 3 horas. Me voy a cama. No, me estoy durmiendo. No estoy concentrado, tío. Estoy cansado. Estoy agotado. Ya lo terminamos mañana. No hay prisa. Nos quedan 2 o 3 horas tranquilamente. Sí, mejor mañana terminamos. Pues nada, me voy a dormir. Buenas noches a todos. Cuidaros. Gracias, Sergi.